Hi, my name is Dave Poland. I'd like to welcome you to Portland Film Beat. Tonight, my guests are Leonel Ortega-Valdez. He's a writer, director, cinematographer, graphic designer, editor, and he went to the Art Institute of Portland. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. The other guest is Hannah Luyten. She's been acting for 2 years. She acted in Jason Hawkins' film, Finding Oblivion. That was your first film, right?
Yes.
And she's done a few features, some shorts, and she's going to be the lead character in Lionel's films, Realm of Thorns and Call of Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
At Darkest
Call of
Tides.
Cthulhu at Darkest Tides. Currently, on your website, you have a bunch of projects listed. Can we just start talking about those right away?
Yeah.
Arkham. Is that it? Did I say this right?
It's pronounced Arkham. Arkham is sort of in the same universe as Call of Cthulhu, A Darkest Tides. So, A Darkest Tides acts
Which
as
film is going to be first?
Arkham.
Okay.
It's going to be released this December.
Okay.
Yeah. And Call of Cthulhu is going to be released a year later. And
Well, let's talk about Arkham first.
okay.
What's the premise?
The premise is kind of the same as A Darkest Tides, but only with more horror, and it sort of defines sexuality at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Nightscape. That's the next one?
Nightscape is also Lovecraftian as Arkham and Call of Cthulhu. There's this one entity that stalks people and sort of feeds on their fear, and
Oh, really? Does the fear give them more energy or strength or something?
I think to describe it best would be that it feeds on their souls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Wow, that's kind of creepy.
it is. All the actors in it were pretty creeped out by the Nightman, and the Nightman's the main antagonist of that film.
Who's the Nightman? Is there an actor in town we know? You don't have to say. You don't have to.
Yeah, I think it's preferable not to say.
Okay, that's good. So Nightscape, Realm of Thorns.
Currently, Hannah Luyten is starring in it, and
Okay.
it takes place at least a couple years after the first Nightscape, but it doesn't involve dreams or nightmares. It just involves the definition of reality.
Okay. Anyway, the next one, Call of Cthulhu. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Arkham, Call of Cthulhu acts as a
What is Cthulhu?
Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a Lovecraftian beast that you would read in any Lovecraftian stories written by H.P. Lovecraft, August Derleth, and so many writers beyond. And he's sort of this one immoral demigod or god that you would find in the ocean, and he just sleeps there, dead asleep, and waiting to be awakened.
And he gets awakened.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's Arkham Call of Cthulhu?
Arkham.
Arkham. I'm saying these wrong, I know.
Yeah. Arkham House of Madness. House of Madness takes place in a mansion of games. So there's like all these passages and puzzles that the actor has to solve, and I was actually going to have the actor actually try and solve the puzzles in that film.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And then is it Masticon?
Masticon Chronicles. It would take place in the near future, sort of an alternate universe, and that's about a super soldier that's been raised to fight since birth, and it chronicles all his events that occurred throughout his lifetime.
Okay. And are these features or shorts?
Masticon Chronicles is in the planning stage. I'm debating on whether it should be a feature or web series.
Oh, really? Okay, right. And so Hannah, let's ask you a question. What first got you interested in acting?
That's funny, actually, because I never actually thought myself going into acting, because I thought with all the competition it'd be so hard. It wasn't until my little sister has been singing for a long time. She is actually incredible at singing. And that's not just me being biased. She is actually really good. And it wasn't until my mom's friend at work took her video and her headshot off my mom's desk, just took a picture of her school picture, and sent it into a random casting call
Is that for
she
Jason
had
Hawkins'
seen
Finding
for
Oblivion?
Jason Hawkins' Finding Oblivion.
Okay.
So my mom started getting random emails with call times and all this location stuff. My mom goes, "What the heck is this? Like, what?" And then the lady comes back and goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've submitted her into this, and she got the role. She's a supporting, and so she's one of the bigger actresses, and all this stuff." My mom goes, "Okay, so it's not a scam?" And she goes, "No, it's not. It's like,
Well,
it's
does a good job.
legit. You go do it." So we went, and one day they needed extras, and so my mom goes, "Okay, Hannah, let's go." I'm like, "All right, I'll do it."
So you actually have an agent now too, is that
Yeah.
correct? What's his name?
Nathan Nareem at Take Two.
Good. And have you trained anywhere?
Yes, ever since I got on set, I've been like instantly hooked. So I've been taking workshops through Gravestone Entertainment
Okay, with Jason. All right.
with Jason.
Let's get back to your films. I think they're just awesome. If you get a chance to look at the website, I recommend you do it because the designs and stuff are just amazing. They really are. What first got you interested in making films?
I don't actually remember. I was 15 and I started out, filming things as a
Did
hobby.
you have like the big VHS kind of camera?
Actually, it was more like a DVD recorder camera.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was old. It was low resolution, but it was still useful.
Right.
And I loved it.
Right.
And
Yeah, you actually have a lot of your own equipment, correct?
yeah,
Can you tell us some kind of the cameras you have and stuff?
a Canon XH A1. It's fairly expensive. I don't know about now. I've had it for a few years now. And I have my own green screen, microphones, several other cameras, and
Is a lot of these films going to be shot in front of green screens? Are you going to have actual locations?
a lot of them are going to have actual locations. Master Chronicles is going to be shot through green screen and real locations because I don't think we're going to have the budget to, build
That
like
is a problem, budget,
yeah.
isn't it?
build like giant sci-fi sets.
Where do you come up with the various ideas for these projects? I mean, just seeing the names and the characters and stuff like that. I mean, you have some wild dreams at night, or
Yes.
you read some really bizarre science fiction.
Well, a lot of these films are actually influenced by some of the craziest dreams that I've had over the years. So, yeah. Plus, you read a little Lovecraft and science fiction, and then all these ideas start pouring into your head.
Lovecraft, I've actually never heard of it. Sorry.
H.P. Lovecraft, a weird fiction writer from the 30s and 20s. He's written a lot of fiction, and they're all.
He's not a modern then.
No, he's right there in the public domain, and so. It's
The library would have the books, I take it.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you can just download them online.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of cool.
for free
Oh,
too.
So you must write a lot.
I do.
Are all those stories written already?
Oh yeah. Master Chronicles is basically a 250-page screenplay. Arkham House of Madness is like a 40-page screenplay, and the rest are all features. There's one project that's probably not listed on here, and it's called Last Destiny, and it's 675 pages.
You
And-
must do a lot of writing. You must just write all the time.
I can write like 30 pages in about 30 minutes, so it's
Is that right?
it's fun.
It just flows from you. Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I wish I could say that. I have to take a long time to think and write. I get like 2 pages a day if I do a good job.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to like plan it out before we start writing. So yeah.
Okay, great. Can you tell us about your first audition?
My very first audition was for Jason Hawkins' film Suicide Pact. And I was stressing it so much because it was my first audition. I didn't want to blow it or anything. And so I'm like studying, like asking him questions, like stressing it so much. And I go in and it's just complete improv.
Right.
And so I had
Kind
someone.
of relaxes you then, doesn't it?
It was, because improv to me is one of my strong suits. I like it so much better than Paige. And so after the audition, about 2 days later, I was sitting there at one of Jason's workshops, and he goes, "Hey, guess what?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You got the part." I'm like, "Yes." So it was really nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. It was fun.
Can you tell us about your worst audition? You want to do that? Was it for Lionel?
No.
She's never actually
haven't
auditioned
auditioned.
for me.
Okay, so you just saw her work and liked her?
Yeah, usually my sort of auditioning process, if you're confident to play the part and and I ask you and you say yes, then I feel you have the confidence, especially how you say yes to that
Okay.
question, and so far I've been proven right.
There you go. Anyway, so tell us about your worst audition.
My worst audition was for Stephen Jackley's short film Mommy, and my mom comes up to me at like 1 a.m. in the morning, goes, "I just got this. Here's your sides. We got to film it and have it in by like the next day." And so I'm like, okay. So we sit there. I read through the sides, and I go to film it, and it was the worst acting I've ever done. I am so embarrassed, and I just completely bomb it. But
Did you get the part?
no, my little sister Caitlin did.
Oh, is that? Well, at least somebody in the family got the part. There you go. That's good. So, you do all the cinematography then, or do you have a cinematographer to work
On
with?
occasion, I'll bring in a cinematographer, director of photography, DP, but a lot of the times I don't really go along with
Okay, so you
DPs.
edit all your own films too then?
Oh yeah.
Do you
I'll
do this?
edit.
Okay, I'll let you say that. Talk about it. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah, I'll edit all my projects, and sometimes I'll have somebody help me out, especially when the tracking, especially green screen tracking, is too complicated for me.
Is that okay? Well,
Yeah.
at least you know that about yourself, and you're not afraid to admit it.
Yeah,
You gotta. I think in filmmaking, you have to identify what you're not good at and let somebody else do it.
yeah,
If it's all about the film, it's not about you anyway. So,
yeah.
how do you work with the actors then?
I'm generally nice to them, as long as they're nice to me. I'm not as controlling, and I'm usually pretty laid back. So, and they love that.
That is good.
Yeah, and well, that's what she tells me anyway. And I love working with them.
Okay.
They really know how to act.
Okay, so Hannah, what was your favorite character you've played and why?
So far, my favorite character is on the project me and Leonel are currently working on. I play Sandy in Realm of Thorns, and it is one of my favorite characters because it's different than what I've ever done. It's so action-filled, and it's just
Oh, really?
exciting and intriguing. It really is.
Are you a hero in it, heroine, or are you kind of the femme fatale? Are you the one who's in trouble?
It's a little bit of all the above.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's alone. There's all these weird things happening around her, and basically she can't tell if it's real or not.
Oh, so it's surreal.
Yeah.
It's dreamlike. Okay, I get it. How'd you prepare for the role then?
Normally how I prepare for my roles is I get my character and I get the description of my character and I put myself like I am the character, like I'm not Hannah, I am that character until I film. So I just make it a lifestyle and I live it. So
Okay. Do you guys rehearse? Have you rehearsed before you shoot?
We have not.
No?
We just
Okay.
started shooting.
I had another question for you here right away. So have you, do you ever feel like giving up?
honestly, my honest answer is yes, I've thought about giving up a few times. But then I look back to where I started and where I am now, and it's like a dream come true for me. And then I just push through and give my 110% at all times.
Right.
So.
There you go. Good. So how many films have you made?
Have I made? Like actually made and not going on beyond my IMDb? A few. Quite a few.
Yeah. How long, so you've been doing this 10 years?
Well, in the beginning it was just like a hobby, never like anything actually real. Well, to me it was real, but
It's getting more real every day then.
yeah.
Looking at your website, and so
Yeah.
the talent you're getting on board. So have you ever made commercials? Do you ever do commercials or other type of media, or just strictly narrative film?
I have not, but when it comes to trailers, I guess trailers count as commercials to some extent.
They are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way, but you're right. They
they're
are.
like the best part of the film.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
What are your strengths as a filmmaker?
My artistry, creative control, I guess, and my roaming imagination.
You've got a roaming imagination. If you
Yeah.
can write 30 words in 30 minutes or 30 pages in 30 minutes. It's got to just. You also have to be able to type fast. That's pretty amazing. What are your weaknesses as a filmmaker? Sorry, I had a question. I will ask it. I would just keep bouncing back and forth here.
I think my greatest weakness is when I know exactly what I want in my head, but when it comes to like translating that from my brain to my mouth and trying to give the direction to my actors, I'm not always clear at times. I know what I want, but I'm not always clear about it.
Right. So that's something that at least can identify that.
Yeah.
Because you can try and overcome it.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't even say they had that issue. They don't realize they have that. But communication is key, especially with the actress and actors. So, Hannah, if you could work with an A-list actor, who would that be?
Oh man, there's so many to choose from. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, so tell us, what is your favorite part of filmmaking?
My favorite part of filmmaking would have to be the cast and crew, the people I meet, and it just makes living the experience so much better because you make lifelong friends in the industry, and just getting to work with them is just amazing.
Well, Jason Hawkins has a lot of people your age.
Yeah.
And so you've met a lot of people that your age in there.
Yeah, there are.
Meeting Leonel here is a good thing, because he's got some projects coming up. I'm happy for you.
It's exciting.
What is your favorite part of filmmaking then?
Filming.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, and meeting new people.
Not the editing?
Well, editing is fun and all, but it's so
Seeing
frustrating.
the film come together, right?
Yeah, it's like a game. It's like a really frustrating game, but I love it. And I especially love meeting new people. I met Hannah, and I love working with her.
Okay, good. We didn't talk about this. Since you do editing, do you do the sound design yourself as well? I
have other people to help me with that.
Right, because that can be kind of complex.
Yeah.
And doing it right, and sound is so important.
Yeah.
That's something I want to give somebody else to do. I don't even want to have to think about it. I want to be able to make recommendations before it's the final cut, but I certainly want to.
Yeah, but I do my own music.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have my own.
Do you play instruments?
I play the violin. And the synthesizer. I just use like synthetic music, and sometimes I'll use my own violin to make all the more authentic strings.
Right. What's your least favorite thing about filmmaking?
Doing nothing, I guess. I mean,
waiting.
Yeah, just like waiting and waiting.
Trying to get money to get to help.
Call of Cthulhu, Darkest Tides, trying to get funding for that, and I just hate the waiting. I just want to film it right now,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite thing about filmmaking?
My least favorite part would have to be the wait and the nerve-wracking of auditions. That is like the biggest stress.
Waiting on sets. There's a lot of waiting on sets.
That I don't mind. Waiting on sets is not...
Well, you hang out and talk with people a lot, probably have a lot of fun.
Yeah, or you take homework. In my case, since I'm only 17 years old, take homework and work on it between.
So do you have a favorite type of film genre that you like to watch? And do you draw inspirations from... We know you draw inspirations from the science fiction books.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to say a mix between science fiction, fantasy, and horror.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because a lot of my projects involve pretty much all three, except for Mosting Chronicles. That's all science fiction. Right.
So in your horror films, is it over-the-top horror, blood and stuff, or is it kind of more scary?
Actually, there's very minimal blood and gore. I try to keep things, symbolic. Nightscape had certain sexual overtones, and this Nightscape is more reality-based.
Okay. And do you do anything else besides act? Do you do any writing? Do you have any aspiration to do directing or anything in the future?
I have tried writing projects. I want to learn the writing process. I currently PA on projects as well.
Okay.
And so I'm starting the crew aspect of it, but
it's
as
good
much
to learn
as I
all
can,
the aspects of filmmaking.
But the more I can get on the crew side, I want like the whole experience, like the in front and behind the camera. So as much as I can learn, I take in.
All right. Is there a specific type of film genre you like or drawn to the most?
I am a horror junkie. I love horror movies.
Okay. And is there anything that you've drawn inspiration from to prepare you for the role for Leonel's films?
Honestly, I just make up a scenario in my head. Like, I've read the script and I have my character, and I just create my own scenarios and I picture it in my head, and I just go around my house in my character, like pretending there's different things. Like, am I insane or am I normal? Like, just like,
You're probably insane, but that's okay.
probably.
What do you consider the elements of a good film, and then again a great one? It's a difficult question sometimes.
Yeah. I think what makes a great film is direction, story, and the acting. I mean, without story, it becomes a really boring movie. Direction, it becomes artistic. And acting, it becomes believable.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to be another generic movie.
Right.
And when it comes to that, I tend to, have these strange outbursts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have, Hannah's a great actress, we know that, but if you could have an A-list actress come and be one of your films, who would it be?
I guess Colby Smulders.
I don't even know who that is.
She's appeared in projects like The Avengers,
Okay.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. And if there's an actor, a male actor, A-list, that you could have come work with you, who would that be?
Will Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
He's just so funny and he's so action-driven.
Yeah.
To me, he is, yeah.
So, where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
Probably directing a A-list studio-driven film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
but
lots of money and backing.
yeah, but my way, no, not much meddling from the studios. Just do it my way.
Right.
Yeah.
Hannah, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? I know you're going to go to college and
Yeah.
study
Yeah, but
to another career as a backup, I
Yes.
take it. But film-wise, where would you like to be in 5 years?
film-wise, I mean, I'm not gonna make it like my definite career choice, only because it's so hard to get into. But I will definitely strive for it, and like I will keep up my work, and I'll be filming. I hope to see myself on a huge set that's actually gonna be seen by everybody, and just like get myself out there and get my name bigger.
Any advice that you can give anyone who wants to get into directing and writing?
Don't give up.
Just do it, right?
Yeah, just do it. I mean, whatever it takes.
Okay,
just
so I know that you can sit down and just pump out the scripts, but do you ever have a block? I mean, has it ever happened? And what do you do to get over that?
Yes, I've had plenty of blocks. A screenplay that I'm somewhat currently writing, and that's blocked by blocks. I mean, it's a fantasy romance story, and I haven't been able to write it in over 3 years.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
So you wrote these other ones, though, in that meantime, is that correct?
yeah.
But this one's wearing on you, I can tell. You want to get back to it and finish it.
Yeah, it's a passion project, and I've actually tried posting a casting call to see what I could get as a response, and just so many actresses just started pouring in, and I just had to take down that casting call. So, yeah.
You get a lot of actors and actresses in Portland coming.
Yeah.
I know someone posted on Craigslist once and had 750 people respond to it.
Yeah.
They were really surprised by that. Hannah, what advice could you give to anyone who's thinking about getting into acting in Portland?
Honestly, you just gotta create your resume, get your headshots done, and start submitting. I started out as an extra myself, but like submit yourself and work your way up. Like, don't give up, just go for it and strive.
Right, okay. So what's next for you, Hannah, outside of what's going on with Leonel? You're going to be doing anything with Jason?
I'm not sure at the moment. I have just auditioned for a few, so I will see how that goes, but nothing for sure at the moment.
Okay, so if you could work with an A-list, did I ask you this? If you could work with an A-list director, who would that be? I think I asked you, but I want to ask again. I don't think you answered it.
Yeah, no, I've still been thinking about that
Okay.
one, because that
That's all right.
one that's tricky.
All right. You know what? we're running out of time here at Portland Film Beat, and I want to thank Leonel and Hannah for being here. I also want to thank my wife, who's the executive producer, Carol Poland. I want to thank the director, Ellery Nelson. I want to thank Krista, Joni Jorgensen, Jonathan, and the entire crew down here at TVC TV. They are extremely helpful with me. I want to thank Emily, Kate, and the entire crew down at PCM TV because they are very helpful with me too. Until next time on Portland Film Beat, shoot for the silver screen.